See, the thing is, Putin, you may not like this video in the way it is. You decided to attack Ukraine. That's why the UK and the whole of NATO got involved. Instead of making a deal with Ukraine, you thought you could just waltz in there and take Ukraine in a day or probably an hour or a week, but it didn't work. But the thing is, hold on a second, I've got some stuff in my cheek. Basically, you shouldn't have just gone in there. You've caused all the problems in Ukraine. You could have just sat at the table and said, we don't want this war in Ukraine or Russia. That's why the Ukrainians are shooting missiles into your town and your city. That's why the UK are getting involved. You caused this war, and you're bringing in other people with the war as well, like North Koreans, Iranians. I talk about Iranians like Houthis, and you may bring in the Indians that you said some Indians brought into your army, and you forced them to fight, and you promised them jobs and security. So, why can't Ukraine defend itself and have other allies helping it with weapons? Of course it can. It's their country. Ukraine didn't invade your country. You invaded Ukraine. If Ukraine put things in your border, you should have just spoke to them like normal people. But you wanted the war. You chose the war. This is what happens. You've stung the bee's nest, so, don't play with fire and you won't get burnt. But you decided to do that. You've got all that land in Russia, all the land, and you want Ukraine as well. It's a bit greedy, isn't it? And the Ukrainians want to be peaceful people. Some people would say, and other people would say Ukrainians started the war and provoked Russia to attack. Well, did they? Did America provoke it? Who really provoked it? There's two sides to every story. So people look at it differently. But like I say, Ukraine is defending itself, and so is the UK, helping them. Will you try and attack the UK eventually? Of course you will. Will it be with nukes? Will it be with bombs? Like World War One, World War Two? Will it be basically, will you bring North Korea to the UK eventually in 10 to 5 years? And the Houthis and the Iranians? And will you find other soldiers to join your crew or group, as I say? Will eventually the UK, by that time, in 10 years' time, Australia, France, Germany, join Ukraine to prevent the UK from getting attacked from Russia, from the skies, the ground, and the air. Will we see other soldiers on the streets? They said it's eventually coming to the UK, World War III, Civil War, so it's definitely coming. But you're going to have to go all the way through Ukraine, Poland, Belarus, I don't know on your side, Romania, France, and then eventually come to Dover, and then World War III. And people will be waiting. UK has got an army. So what we're going to do then? We're going to have to fight, and by that time, people are going to have to be put into the army by drafted in. It's going to happen. It's bound to happen. You can't just ignore war. It's on your doorstep. But you're wondering why Ukraine are fighting you. You shouldn't have fighted them. You thought you were going to win, but you didn't win. You lost half your soldiers, like 50,000 of them, and now you got North Korea in. So you're escalating the war. Ukraine's not. If you gave Ukraine their land back, that'd be it. But you want to keep going, and you want to stop, so that's your problem. But anyway, thanks for all joining me. Take it easy. See you in a peace. And tell what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? Get prepared for World War III, people. Thank you all joining me. Take it easy, peace.